What if Yellowstone supervolcano erupts? Beneath Yellowstone's serene beauty lies a force of immense power. A supervolcano capable of eruptions thousands of times more powerful than any volcano we've seen. The thought of this giant awakening fills us with awe and terror. Its eruption would be felt across the globe. It's not if, but when, this behemoth will stir. The last super eruption was over 600,000 years ago. It spewed over 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and rock, enough to bury Texas 5 feet deep. The ash blanketed North America, choking the air. A stark reminder of the raw power beneath our feet. Scientists monitor Yellowstone for signs of increased activity, tracking earthquake swarms, ground deformation, and gas emissions. These clues provide insights into the supervolcano's behavior. Understanding these risks is crucial for our preparedness and survival. Studying Yellowstone helps us prepare for other natural disasters and appreciate our planet's delicate balance. Imagine a day that begins like any other, the sun shining brightly over Yellowstone National Park. Suddenly the ground begins to tremble with unprecedented violence. A deafening roar splits the air as the supervolcano erupts. The immediate vicinity of the eruption would be obliterated. Pyroclastic flows would race across the landscape, incinerating everything in their path. As the ash cloud from the Yellowstone supereruption ascends into the stratosphere, it would begin to spread across the globe. This ash cloud would block out the sun, plunging the Earth into a state of perpetual twilight. This phenomenon, known as a volcanic winter, could last for years or even decades. The lack of sunlight would have a devastating impact on global temperatures. Average temperatures could plummet by several degrees, leading to widespread crop failures and food shortages. The delicate balance of ecosystems would be thrown into disarray as plants struggle to survive without sunlight. The once vibrant colors of nature would fade to shades of gray. The reduced sunlight would also disrupt the water cycle. Evaporation rates would plummet, leading to decreased rainfall and widespread drought. Rivers and lakes would run dry, further exacerbating the food and water shortages. The world would face a crisis unlike any in recorded history. A global food crisis, starvation, and uncertainty. The agricultural industry, the foundation of our food supply, would be brought to its knees by the eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano. The combination of ashfall, lack of sunlight, and widespread drought would decimate crops across the globe. Fields once teeming with life would be buried under a blanket of ash, rendering them infertile. The immediate impact on livestock would be equally devastating. Animals that rely on grazing would find their pastures destroyed. The lack of sunlight would disrupt the growth of plants, leading to food shortages for herbivores. The ripple effects would be felt throughout the food chain, impacting carnivores as well. The global food supply chain, already strained by a growing population, would collapse under the weight of this crisis. Food prices would skyrocket as scarcity sets in. Riots and civil unrest would erupt as people struggle to feed themselves and their families. The world would face a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented scale. The ripple effect, ecosystems in peril. The environmental consequences of a Yellowstone supereruption would extend far beyond the immediate vicinity of the blast. The ash cloud carrying toxic chemicals and heavy metals would settle on land and water bodies across the globe, contaminating ecosystems and poisoning wildlife. The delicate balance of nature would be thrown into disarray. Aquatic ecosystems, particularly those in the path of ash fallout, would suffer catastrophic damage. The influx of ash would clog gills of fish and other aquatic animals, leading to mass die-offs. The water would become toxic, making it unsafe for consumption by humans and wildlife alike. The once thriving ecosystems of rivers, lakes, and oceans would be decimated. Terrestrial ecosystems would fare no better. The ashfall would smother vegetation, depriving herbivores of their food source. The lack of sunlight would disrupt photosynthesis, further weakening plant life. As plant communities collapse, the animals that depend on them would face starvation and population decline. The once diverse web of life would unravel. Rebuilding from the ashes, a test of human resilience. In the aftermath of a Yellowstone supereruption, humanity would face its greatest challenge. The world as we know it would be gone, replaced by a desolate landscape shrouded in darkness. Our technological advancements, our intricate societal structures, all would seem insignificant in the face of nature's fury. Yet even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit has an uncanny ability to endure. We would be forced to adapt, to find new ways to survive in this changed world. We would need to come together as a global community, setting aside our differences and working collaboratively to overcome the challenges ahead. The rebuilding process would be long and arduous, spanning generations. We would need to find sustainable ways to produce food, purify water, and generate energy. We would need to rebuild our infrastructure, our communities, and our societies. But through it all, the human spirit of innovation, resilience, and cooperation would guide us towards a brighter future.